Hello, everybody. So, I've been thinking about something ratchet behavior. I could be wrong, but I feel that it is a psychological, philosophical defect that's been planted in the black community. It's an attack from the enemy, ratchet behavior. Don't get me wrong, there is a time to be ratchet, but it becomes a problem when we're always in that ratchet energy, when we harness that ratchet concept or perception. Okay, so to me, what does it mean to be ratchet? I feel that ratchet behavior first is an accent. There's a certain accent that goes with ratchet behavior, the way that one speak, okay? The second thing that go with ratchet behavior is using others as opposed to building respectable friendships. So it's like an attitude of being in it for one's own gain. That's a bad idea. So that causes division, okay? And makes enemies. Ratchet behavior, it's a dress sense. So, and dressing has a lot to do with how we present ourselves to the world. Now, we all have a level of ratchetness in us that is a natural part of the human makeup, but there's a time and a place. So the trick that they've played on the black nation, especially black women, is to have us in that energy and making us think that it's cool. You see? So when we express that cool, ratchet behavior, then other people who are looking at us feel like they are justified to go back to their little corners and their little groups and say to each other, ooh, those black women. And then they'll swear that the only thing that we're good for is for fucking and maybe breeding. Okay? They won't see us as wife material and all that. Now, another part of the ratchet implantation is the music that we listen to. So the music that they put into our communities, especially, it causes us to think and believe and act in that way. And it is a downgrade of who we actually are. We are royalty. For real, for real. Africa is the first. When it comes to science, when it comes to spirituality, education, everything. Farming, architecture, don't watch the sweat under my armpit. But everything is we. So the black woman and the black man who get sucked into the spell of ratchetness, it is an immediate downgrade of our character. Look at it from the other person's perspective. So, ratchet person, listen to this. When you see somebody come around you and they're all poised and speak properly and whatnot, the first thing you feel to yourself is, oh, she feel like she better than, or he feel like he's better than, look at them uppity uppity. It's the same way that the uppity uppity feel like they're better than people feel about you as soon as they see you. So just by the way that you dress, when you open your mouth to speak, the way that you speak, the kind of music you listen to, the things that you may find to be funny, the level of respect that you have for yourself, the psychological concept of what you think friendship is, all these things, those same people, those uppity uppity people, they judge you right away after that. You could be the most intelligent person in the room, Ratchet One. You could be the most beautiful person in the room, Ratchet One. You could be the kindest person in the room, Ratchet One. You could be the most mighty one in the room, Ratchet One. But just because they want to feel like you are less than you actually are, black person, they watch your ratchetness and they interpret your ratchetness as proof that you are beneath them. It makes them feel better. I'm not telling you to not be ratchet. I'm telling you it's a time and a place to be ratchet. I'm telling you that you can control how this world responds to you by how you present yourself. There needs to be a reformation, a reprogramming. You need to delete the files that they have instilled in you and program it with shit that you actually value. But the thing is, when you do that, you're going to look like the uppity one to people who don't believe that it's time to upgrade their self. To the ones around you who don't feel like it's time to shift that psychological imprintation, if that's a word. So you might have to get yourself some new friends. But there's a period where you don't quite fit where you used to belong, and you won't quite fit where you're trying to get to either. That's going to be a tough one for you. But the good thing is, if nobody accepts you, make sure you accept yourself. If you choose to do this deprogramming and this reprogramming of yourself, make sure that you love your own company. People rejecting you is an opportunity for you to get to know yourself. Untainted, that means you don't have to pay attention to anybody else's opinion. You won't be getting programmed with other people's vision of the world. You will be having conversation with yourself and deciding for yourself how you want to see the world. What do you truly believe? Not what your auntie or your boyfriend or your best friend or your grandma or your great grandma or nobody but you. Not your pastor, not your teacher, nobody but you. What do you feel? How do you feel you should be? What do you really think about any issue you can think of? What do you truly feel? My armpit really sweaty, I'm sorry. It's kind of hot. It's not a good look. Kind of ratchet. But yeah, we are, because ratchet is like that animal instinct, that primal instinct. But you see, we're not in the jungle. We're in society, and there's a kind of code of conduct that opens doors for you or for us. There's a code of conduct that opens doors for us. Or when they don't want to open the door, you have the power to make that door open just by the way that you present yourself to the world. So when they see you at a glance, they might think, oh, here comes another black ratchet bitch. Or here comes another black ratchet dickhead. A waste man. But what they're looking to see, they'll never see it because that's not who you are. It's like judging a book by the cover, you see. They judge the book by the cover. But then when they open the book and they start to read the book, it's like, oh, you confused them. Because they thought that you were just like the programming that is so prevalent amongst our people. But you're the exception to the rule. You're one of the exceptions to the rule. You see? So I'm not saying that you should act like anybody. Act like yourself. Do that for you. Do that for you. You have the power to open doors. You have the power to change your life. But remember, making this change is going to mean making a change in your friends group. Because not everybody is going to be supportive of this new you. Because they're going to think, oh, you feel like you better than. Listen, separate yourself from the people. That's why it's good to be self-reliant. Be self-reliant, because then you don't have to kiss nobody ass for anything. It's not good to depend on people for companionship. It's not good to depend on people for financial sustenance. It's not good to depend on people for anything. Develop a personal relationship with the divine, and the divine will open doors for you and make ways for you. It will be a test of your faith. You don't have to go to church to have faith. You don't have to be a part of any religion to have faith. When it comes to faith, it's a personal thing between you and the creator of all. You don't have to call it by any specific name. You can give it your own name if you choose to. But it is always with you, and it is always ready for an invitation to help you to do whatever it is that you feel you need to do in this life and the afterlife and the life that you have after the afterlife. Reincarnation, because I believe in reincarnation. That's a personal thing, but you understand, it's always there as our guide, as our helper, as our lawyer, as our doctor. God is our everything. God, the universe, our ancestors, our archangels, our spirit guides, whatever it is that you want to call it, whatever it is, however you want to see it and describe it, it's the same it. You understand? So yeah, this ratchet behavior, it's a trap. I know it seems like fun, but when you look at how it holds you down in the job market, in the romantic market, which, to be fair, when it comes to the romantic market, you're not missing much. Because even if you're not ratchet, the man them still treat you like shit. Let's be honest. They'll still cheat on you. They'll still leave you with the children so that they can go out and party. They still expect you to... You're not missing much when it... But at least when you're in your divine, more respectable programming, then they need to watch you and want you. And it's for you to be strong and don't make them get you. We need to go back to when they have to work for us. And not only work for us, work to keep us as well. We need to demand our respect from men, and we need to give them our respect, but still keep them at a distance. Your pony is precious. And when you stop abusing it, it come back precious again. Because the same way it expands when you're having a baby and contract is the same way it expands when you're getting plenty dick, and then it contract when you stop. So some celibacy will be good for you. It will give the body time to recover. So then size won't really matter like that, because it's set back to its smallest size. You know how the Jamaican like to sing about how me put it tight? It'll get tight again. Lock up shop. Time for upgrade. You've been trapped in this spell for too long. It makes me sick when I hear them talk about our black women like we're nothing. When we are the first. No disrespect to nobody. But we are the first of many of the good things that this world here enjoys is black people first. When it comes to being civilized, that black people start that. Melanated people. They say that the oldest deceased person they found was in Africa. Black. Anything pan Africa land black. As you go further and further away from the sun, then everything get light. Even we the black people become lighter when we far away from the sun. So that's supposed to teach you something about black people and white people. And imagine over hundreds and thousands of years and you keep having children in these same cold regions. I feel that everybody started black. That's my opinion. But the further you go from the sun and the longer you stay away from the sun, the lighter you get, the lighter your generations get. The soil change, your food change, your whole chemical makeup change. It manipulate our DNA so that our system can withstand the new elements. You understand? The human body always mutates to withstand whatever pressures or whatever it goes through, even on a psychological level. So when people hurt you too much, you become hard, you become cold and heartless. That's you mutating so that you can withstand what you have to go through. You see the logic? We are all one, but at the end of the day, if we're all one and we've been one from the beginning, still black people start every damn thing. And in order for us to get back our respect, we must first learn to respect ourselves. Start with respecting yourself. Rebuild yourself. Don't let nobody tell you who you should be. Take time to know yourself and decide what type of person do you want to be. And expect your family circle and your friend circle, your business circle, all your circles are going to shift. So when you see shit start falling apart, let it fall apart. God is removing all the old unwanted stuff and people and places and practices and ideologies so that you can replace it with the new. So that it blends with the new you. So you can grow. You understand? So I don't know who's going to respect this message. But I've been thinking about it and I just felt like I need to tell somebody because we deserve better. We, the melanated people, deserve better, but we first have to give ourselves better. And just know that the enemy is going to be very upset when they see this upgrade. So expect the smoke. But remember God. And they don't want that smoke because it's a time for healing. The time for healing is now. Stay close to God. God is your warrior. God is your protector. God is your informant. God give you the wisdom. God give you the vibe and say, don't go there. Or go there. Go there now. Go there tomorrow. Talk to that person. Don't talk to that person. It's time to cut that person. God does that. God is our GPS. You see me? It's time for you to link up. An upgrade. Come out of the spell. You're better than that. We better than that. You understand? Right. Bless up.